Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glenn, and in this video, we have another practice speaking test, this time with David. So, enjoy. Good evening. My name is Glenn. Would you please tell me your full name?
My name is David Mahada.
And what should I call you?
David.
Okay, thank you, David. Now, in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. What town or city do you live in?
I live in Masvingo, which is the oldest and ancient city, situated in the southeastern side of Zimbabwe, and it's about 300 kilometers from the main capital city of Harare. We have a lot that makes our city unique, from the recreational facilities and also a lot that brings it to the map, especially when it comes to tourism.
Mm-hmm. And how has your city changed in recent times?
Oh, well, we used to have very few traffic coming to town, but recently we are now experiencing a lot of traffic jam early in the morning, and also the place of residence, they've increased a lot. We used to have a population of about 3,000 thereabout. Now it is just trebled to, I think 15,000, if not more than that. So it's a lot. And technology as well, we have managed to have our own local radio station that I suppose is a milestone in terms of news. We used to have only one national broadcaster that would also give or cover every aspect of the whole country. But now, as I can say, we now have our own local radio that we can call our own, and we can hear the news from our local place.
And what do tourists do in your city?
Sorry?
What do tourists do in your city?
Well, there are different areas or activities that they can do. If they are interested into fishing, we have a lot of fishing and also boat cruising. Sightseeing, we have some national parks that has surrounded our main water bodies. That is we have two main water bodies in our city. That is the Tokwemkosi and the Kayo or Mutirikwi Lake. These are the best and biggest in our country. So each of them, they offer specific activities. Tourists, they can enjoy boat cruising, like I said earlier, and also they can pay for a hunting license. They can enjoy, but however, hunting as a sport there are some people who are now advocating for animal rights there. It has been stopped.
Thank you. Let's move on now and talk about weekends. How do you usually spend your weekends?
Not long ago, I used to go to pubs with my friends. Now that I'm married, I now devoted that time to my family, especially my daughter. She loves going out. So early in the morning, she always forced me to go to the nearby shops, and without whether we are buying anything or we are just taking a walk, she is more like programmed to say, Dad, it's time for us to go. Because by this year's developed this time of going out, because it has coincided with my time of going to work. So with that now, she's now programmed to go to shops. By the time I also go to work, she knows that Dad is going out. Now it's Saturday. She knows that Dad is not going anyway. So that's the time for her to be with Dad. So it's one of those times I can say We enjoy taking a short walk, and if we have some money, we can also go fishing like anyone else because we are closer to these water bodies.
Thank you. And what did you do last weekend?
Last weekend, I accompanied my friend to pay a bride price. So we had a quality time and wonderful time. It's kind of mini wedding now. They have tried to take it up from the traditional way of doing things to modernize it. It's more of mini wedding, and people can opt for that to consider it a wedding. So
Okay, thank you. Now, in this next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to speak about this topic for between 1 and 2 minutes. But before that, you will have 1 minute to prepare for your talk, and you may take notes if you wish. Do you understand?
yes.
I will now share the topic on my screen. Can you see the topic?
Yes. Let me. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'd like you to describe an animal that you like. Your 1 minute of preparation time starts now. Okay, so that's the end of your preparation time. To remind you, you will have between 1 and 2 minutes to give your talk, and I will let you know when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Well, I would like to talk about my dog. This is a beautiful pet that I always cherish and yearn to be with it all the time. It did not mean the case that I go to work, I would always enjoy its company. The dog and its behavior, it's a unique behavior. That's why quite a lot of people say dog is man's best friend. You see, from its infance up to its adulthood, the behavior you install in it will always be like that. I like how obedient it is. In our absence, you can even tell that they might have come an unwelcome visitor by the way it reacts to you upon your arrival. Also, our dogs, with the organizations that care for these animals, I'm happy that we are enjoying also some free services. The veterinary services, they are offering us a lot of help to care and also to have a friendly attitude towards animals, not only dogs per se. So, but now because I enjoy the company of dogs, I always cherish to put more effort and research about these dogs. My child has said, Dad, if I excelled in my final exams, what are you going to do? Buy me a pit bull? And I said, yes. I'm going to buy you a pit bull, but remember the pit bull is a dangerous one if we don't have information about it.
Okay, thank you. All right, so you've been talking about an animal that you like. Let's move on now and talk about animals in general. Which animals do you think make the best pets?
Well, recently I have just realized that cats and dogs, of course, they are being together might have problem, but people do prefer cats and dogs as well.
Mm-hmm. And why do some people like cats?
Well, cats they have certain traits. Sometimes they don't occupy a lot of space, and also their behavior, they're a bit neat and smart. If you place a certain type of soil, they can put their mess and cover it, unlike dogs, which can mess everywhere if you don't train them well. Cats, naturally, they are smart.
Mm-hmm. And are there any dangerous animals in your country?
Well, yes. Animals, untamed animals, even dogs, if they do have rabies, they can become dangerous. So any untamed animal can be dangerous. Snakes, they are there, especially during the rain season. We experience a lot of snake bites because their habitats might be disturbed. So we tend to have a lot of snake bites during the rain season and the farming season as well.
Now, in a lot of stories, there are like characters that are animals. Why do so many story writers use animals as characters?
Well, you would appreciate that, for example, a leopard. It's got some certain kind of character where it can hide its real instinct or its real traits by hiding or by just being cool. So there's such kind of people who can hide that their characters only to realize how menacing they are. So I think it's a better way to describe people by saying you are a leopard or you are a snake in the grass. The kind they might come as in a friendly way, only to unleash their darker side of character.
Let's move on now and talk about animal ethics. Some people think it's cruel to keep animals in the zoo. What do you think?
I can say in one way it's good because there's no way you can go maybe in the Western world and see an elephant there. Elephants, they are savanna climate. That's their preferable area to breed. But sometimes you cannot take kids or the rest of Europe to come to Africa. Well, the resource won't permit, and also time. It's one of the precious resources. So I think it's a better way to just keep a few of them. And also there are some endangered species. These species, it might also be a better way to preserve their progeny for that period, and then later on you can release them. So I think that's the one way. Then the other way is those who are pro animal rights. I think it's in one way, yes. They don't speak animals. Yes, they still need to enjoy by nature, they need to wander around and enjoy how they were created.
And do you think people who hurt animals should be punished by the law?
I think it depends with the type of animal. If it's a snake, well, it's an unwelcome visitor, especially here in Africa. There are some venomous snake. I think it's worth to kill it than to kill a human, to save than to let it kill someone. I would feel like justify someone who might have killed a snake that was about to attack a toddler. You have saved life instead of the life of snake. So we're putting on the scale of balance. Can we save a snake or a human? That would be ridiculous to advocate for human life is worthless than a snake.
And what about, for example, somebody who trains dogs to fight? Do you think those people should be punished?
I think it's contextual. You are training it to fight who? To fight what? If you are training it to fight intruders, well, I think it's fine. If you are training it to fight maybe to fight wild animals, to protect your territory, maybe your grains or your field, I think it's equally good. But if you have sinister motive to fight humans, to me, that might have another connotation. What is your motive? If your motive is just to injure people, well, I will not go for that.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the test. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that practice speaking test with David. Sorry for the strange colour. I'm trying some new experiments on this channel. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that speaking test. Do let me know what score you think David deserves in the comments below. Of course, in the next day, probably tomorrow, I will upload another video with my reaction, my comments, and my scores for this performance. And if you would like your own free practice speaking test with feedback, or if you would like me to check your IELTS writing, then you can request this in the Telegram group, t.me expert examiner. Join the Telegram group, make your request there. 3 lucky winners are selected for speaking, 3 lucky winners are selected for writing. That's every week, it keeps rolling. So if you want to apply, then you have to do that in the Telegram channel. But I'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening and see you all soon. Bye bye.